Hey gang, this is my week 5 video update as I promised, and as most of you know by now, my phase 1 journey, the 5-week long daily radiation treatments are done and done. 25 days are in the books and I'm still in one piece. I'm not in any kind of pain, and thankfully the side effects have been pretty minimal. Now, I did start getting pretty tired about a week ago, I'm not gonna lie. You know, they keep telling you about that fatigue factor, but I really think that all that walking I did in May, you know, I walked about 150 miles, it really helped build my endurance, and it didn't hit me in week 2 like it does for most people. And so I just feel very blessed and very fortunate. Now, when it hits you pretty hard, and you know it. You know, I'm just thankful that it doesn't hit me like every day, but when it does, I have to kind of listen to my body, and I just have to do what it tells me to do. If it says to go to bed, I gotta go to bed. I can't fight it. The other side effects are smaller in nature, and to me they're just more annoying than anything else. But I know that this is only for a time, and I just feel really blessed that I made it through phase 1 with no major side effects. The rest of this month is just going to be a lot of appointments to take care of all the procedural stuff that's got to take place before phase 2. Stuff like the x-rays and the scans, the ultrasounds, the blood work, and all that stuff to get ready. And then on July the 10th, we'll start phase 2. And what's going to happen is they're going to implant radioactive seeds into the gland. The seeds are only about the size of rice grains, and there's going to be about 50 to 100 of them implanted in there, just depending on their math. And they're going to be radioactive seeds, which they'll be at full strength for about 2 months, and then they go down to about half strength for the 3rd month. And by the end of October, that phase will be over. That radiation is localized, and it doesn't affect any of the surrounding organs or anything like that. And I won't be setting off beepers or car horns or anything like that when I walk by. At least I hope not. They tell me to look for the same kind of side effects, this time with probably a little more intensity. So we're just going to keep a close eye on things, and they stay on top of things pretty well. So if something starts to fester, they can get on top of it real quickly for me. So I really feel that I'm in good hands with these folks, and more than anything, I feel that I'm in good hands with the Lord because of all the prayers that are going out my way. You know, I've tried to make this leg of my journey as much fun as I can, you know, considering the circumstances. You know, around the doctors, around the house, with conversations that I have with people over the phone about my situation, I just try to lighten it up and have a sense of humor about it. The doctors over there love my whole El Zappo thing when they zap me with all these superpowers. And so every time I walk in there, I'm Senor El Zappo now. And so, you know, they get that sense of humor, and it's really, you know, it kind of lightens the place up a little bit. They absolutely love the cake I made for them, and you know, I just think I left a pretty good impression over there. And you know, that brings me to my little teachable moment that I like to add in these videos. And I gave this little teachable moment a name. Have joy in the junky part of your journey. You know, I think a misconception is that we have to have everything going right in our lives in order to have joy. And that couldn't be further from the truth. We really can have joy in the midst of the junk. You know, joy is not something that just happens to you. Joy is something that you choose every day, and we have to choose it over and over and over again. Joy isn't necessarily the absence of suffering or conflict or stress. Joy is the presence of the Lord. Last week I posted this Jesus Always quote on Facebook, and I want to read it to you. I give you joy in your journey through the world. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. There's bumps in the road ahead, sharp curves, ascents and descents. Without joy in your heart, you can become weary and discouraged. Experience the fullness of joy by staying close to me. You know, you can be in the storm, but you don't have to let the storm get in you. Don't let the devil steal your joy. He's a thief. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And one of the things he really wants to destroy is our joy. Here's another Jesus Always quote. My joy changes the way that you view the world around you, and it gives you buoyancy, enabling you to rise above the problems in your life. Buoyancy is a cool word. It means an optimistic and cheerful disposition. It's contagious. It brightens up a room. It causes others to want to be around you, and it also causes them to want whatever it is that is giving you that joy. And you know what that does? It opens up doors for you to share the faith that makes you that way. Joy in the midst of the junk is powerful. It has magnetic power. You know, there's a reason that's the second fruit of the Spirit in the Bible. It's because it illuminates our walk with Jesus and it draws others to Him. You know, I think about what those doctors see every day when they treat people. You know, a lot of people are scared of the C word, and so they bring heavy baggage in with them, and there's kind of a gloomy, negative atmosphere around there. Trust me, I know. I sit in there and I see what's going on. You know, the doctors actually stopped and thanked me for being so cheerful and making them laugh. Maybe it's because in that heavy atmosphere, they just don't get to see that very much. It speaks pretty loudly. So you see, joy really is a powerful magnet. I'll tell you another thing that joy is, it's a powerful healer. Listen to what it says in Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. I also read somewhere where it said, don't miss the joy of God's presence by carrying the whole weight of the world on your shoulders, right? Having the joy of the Lord actually does lighten your load, and it puts you in heavenly places. And lastly, I just want to read you this paragraph that comes out of my book called Caged In that I wrote several years ago. Listen to this. Humor is a healer. Sometimes we just gotta learn to laugh. Laughter brightens our attitude, which affects our outlook, and it lightens our load. Laughter shows that we dare conquer what pulls us down. It looks difficulty right in the eyes, and it says, you will not defeat me. It looks in the face of others watching us, and it says, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. It affirms our faith, and it says that God is sovereign, He's got this under control, and that I'm not going to fret about it. I choose to live above it. Yes, joy is a magnet, it's a healer, and it's a mighty weapon in the hands of God's children when they're going through the junk in the journey. Try it, I dare you. Well, this is going to be my last video update for a while. I'm going to take a little bit of break from all of this until I get the seeds in on July the 10th. And a few days after that, when I've had a few days to recover, I'll report again and I'll let you know how that part went and how you can pray for me, and we'll go from there, okay? Until then, thank you for all of your prayers, your love, and your support. You know, God always seems to comfort us through our friends when we need it the most, doesn't He? So again, thank you. Now go out there and be contagious, practicing joy, even in the midst of the junk of your journey. God bless. I'll see you here, there, or in the air.